What's up everybody, Daddy Dorito here, doing another Nier Replicant video. I'm joined here with Zone.
Yep. Sorry, brother.
Alright, and let's see, last episode we got ending A, and now we're working towards ending B. Now, fun fact, I don't know about you, Jeffrey, but I did zero research from the last time I said we were gonna go do research. So,
I thought oh shit. I thought that was like, oh shit, you're right. Today, oh wow, time flies past.
right? That's what I'm saying. But no worries. We're nowhere close to being near the end of this version of the game, so we still got time. No rush. Because it looks like we got more reading to do, so let me get started on this. In the distance, Connie heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. Yeah, so just FYI, people, this might be the rest of the video, so I don't know if you, yep, that's just the firewood began produced. Wow, English.
Hold on. You literally skipped in the distance.
In the distance, where?
In like the first sentence.
In the distance? No, I said in the distance at the beginning.
No, you didn't.
I read the first two lines.
No, you didn't.
I just did.
You just finished the introduction.
No, yo, you can look back on the video. I deadass read the first two lines, bro.
Okay.
The firewood began produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. I'm just being illiterate, right? Okay. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. What?
Her grandma's cursing so much, like a typical sailor. You know, the cliche of sailors, they curse a lot.
I didn't know that was a typical thing.
Really?
No, I really didn't. Grandma called Kaine. Yeah, I didn't know that. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close or it might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe poised to strike another wobbly blow. Paused in midair. The old woman considered her grandmother's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades had been restless lately and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her grandmother to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved and Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any but of the two of them could be found on the rocky arc of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the lock and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kanye swung the axe around her head and threw it and log and all across the yard. Damn it, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt and a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. Hey, I'm just curious to see how fast of a reader you are. So when the next text appears, I'm going to keep reading it, and you just tell me when you're done reading it.
Okay.
Okay. This is tough.
Done.
And all logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kanye redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Settling down for buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy girl, you better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kanye dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma, holy man, God, the old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket, can't let it spill. Kanye steadied the buckets with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. Kanye didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulder and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kanye away. Oh, batted?
Yeah, batted.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, stop that. Just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. Ain't like I'm dying, just tired from the trip is all. Kanye desperately wanted to help her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words could.
Ethan, you added a word. It's not help, it's believe.
Where?
It's believe. Want to believe her.
Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kanye was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kanye came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kanye gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, I hate reading, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit, but I guess I shouldn't quit being so stubborn. Okay, I don't know what just happened to me, but I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. Yeah, it was, okay, that threw me off. The old woman watched as Kanye strapped on, man, my TV is so far from me, on her boots and made her way down to the road to the village. Why haven't you read any of this?
Mind you. Oh, I told you from last episode.
But why am I reading this?
Do I have to pull up from last episode what I said to you? What? Mind you, you know, co-host. I'm not the main person here.
You'll read that.
What do you mean? I'm co-host.
Fine. Hours later, as the unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kanye moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Yeah, but you should be practicing reading too.
I've been practicing reading.
Out loud though?
Out loud?
Yeah, I mean, after we beat Nier Replicant, it's kind of Undertale time, and that's reading.
I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna do a voice, so I probably won't stutter when I'm doing voices. Surprisingly, if I try to read something normally with my normal voice, I have strokes.
All right, you hear that? You hear that first, folks? If this man starts once in Undertale, he gets shot. So that's what we're doing. Special challenge.
You know, Alpha doesn't count because I will stutter.
Obviously, yeah. No. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Dumont and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on that word, older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the... What is that word?
I know that.
Apothecary?
I think so.
Okay. The woman's flabby cheeks shook and bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying at the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride. She made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demon. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my God, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. You think we could have found Demon at the village before it, got blown up to hell?
Probably.
Probably. Well, we gotta look for him next time. Ha, barked Demon. That old bitch finally keeled over? Oh, go to hell, Demon. The bull's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demon slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled with cramped store, each with a label written some indecipherable language, and an ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead for, oh my God, okay, she's been dead a long time now. Oof. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait to try to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and words travel quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kylie? Or is that L? I can't tell the L's from the I's.
That's a K-A-L-I.
Kali? I guess. And I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name was Kylie, thought Kaine suddenly. Oh, please don't put those in a sentence again. She was still muffling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out gently and took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Man, I suck at reading. Oh, yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, Jesus, she might one day discover the rest of the world. Man, see, I realized something now why I've been doing so bad reading. It's because, you know, back in school, whenever we had to do that stupid reading out loud crap, I would pre-read it and practice in my head. This is just 100% on paper I have to comprehend and read. That's why I'm having such a hard time reading and comprehending, and the TV's fart. Ugh. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet was black and raw, even bleeding up it in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hands clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with the yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but, Wait, what the holy Got 40 minutes of this to go. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pockets. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was also going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me, Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horse shit, said grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of the house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished a piece. After staying at it for a bit, she realized it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawings easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. Oh, man. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. Days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Posh, said the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on so that someday you could feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget the moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move on and move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Holy fuck. More Kaine's dream. Separation. Oh my god. Kane listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She's been pushing it around the wood dish for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Why? Oh, this is just torture. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I feed you? Why would I be feeding you bugs? There you go. Yeah, well, it looks like a bug kinda, and I think it's a burnt or something because it smells terrible. But that kinda held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible. All right. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years have passed since the moment when Kane's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As often as oh man, I hate reading this. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measures. Yep, one of these episodes. Connie could not remember a time when she had been happier. If we don't finish this episode, I have to click X and get back to the exact moment I'm at. So I pray to God when I end this, it's on the next chapter. As the years went by, Connie just started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many other chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning, Connie's lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. Ew. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Connie looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. Well, I was gonna check out the killam trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow. Yes, flagstones. What the hell for? Connie stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home, constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble. The old place snagged her like a boxer in the final round. Why couldn't this all be cutscenes, bro? I wouldn't even be mad if this was all cutscenes, you know? Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we could have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Ew. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves went to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyways. I'm not worried about these. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. Never eat soggy waffles. Wait, that's... Huh.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
What time we start this thing? Because in total, this is 20 minutes long. All this.
Yeah, we got 34 minutes ago.
No, all this is 20 minutes.
Right. What's your question?
What time did we start entering this?
I don't know. Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go back to the country, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Connie. Lately, it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought. Instead of walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer, the flower's petals had aged brilliant whiteness, and Connie thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. Nice. So Grandma's slowly turning into a shade. Pog. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair, so that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talking about how beautiful you become. Annoyed, Connie reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the woman, and there ain't nothing like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Connie by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Ine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it. What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if she was as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Ooh. Connie thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on old cottager like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Jesus Christ, that just sounds horrible. Connie rolled her eyes and then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that she was gawing at the walls of her heart. Question mark? No. Period. That's a period, you fucking idiot. Connie could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. In the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Connie worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow. Barrel? I want to say wheelbarrow for some reason. I don't know why. She only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kanye pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back to down the path. Holy shit. As she crested the final hill, she finally froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that had hovered just ahead. Tracing its paths with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No, oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames flicking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Oh nice, Grandma's dead now. Grandma? Kaine ran there faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went spiraling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Wow. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thicky igneous blacks of an enormous shade. Ah, the same one that killed Grandma. But little does she know, Grandma turned to a shade, and that shade is Grandma. What a twist. Massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail, scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god.
Yep. That's the one.
Yep, killed it. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flickered its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, icky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought, as her scream echoed off high cliffs around her. It's you or me, let's go. The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction ahead, so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house, though the smoke and flames she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began frantically waving frantically. She's alive, thought Connie. Alive! Connie's legs sprang to life as she could race across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the Shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the Shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with a tip of a claw. The old woman struggled. Wait, the grandma's. Wait, what?
The Shade just straight up killed her.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So no connections there. Oh, damn.
Okay.
The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might have well been pushing him out. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground. She had her energy spent. Connie lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust, blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on, just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only one of the lights were exposed. Connie pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The Shade glanced between the two women and flickered out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the Shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The Shade moving its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. Damn!
Oh, damn, Jesus! That Shade's ruthless.
I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as a foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch of her waist, she leapt onto the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The Shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing toward the air, toward the young girl that was latched onto its foot. Connie never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest, sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small peaked voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't beat this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped through Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished before she could say another word. The Shade's claw foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real.
Damn, that Shade just squashed her like a fucking bug.
Yeah,
That's fucked up. This is brutal.
For real. Remember how we thought he was gonna come back because we didn't see his body there anymore?
Hey, damn, I'm gonna be honest. They had a great little storytelling. Got me all visually all this shit, man.
Yeah, for real. But for some reason, I keep imagining the house that they live in is in that same spot where we met Kaine at. But I don't think it is there. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Holy I'm surprised she doesn't have more of a hate boner than Ethan does. I thought it's amazing she didn't turn out to be like Ethan. Jesus Christ. Your grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of its fingers, but that sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after another, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed, and then a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature was so confident just a moment before it took a slow hesitation step backwards, trying to discern if the broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozing from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. Oh, the seal of the shade in her. The sound, the pain, the smoke of the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeating over and over again. Kill it, 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 kill it. Oh man, kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Holy shit! Oh, cutscene! Oh, are we done?
Okay. Yeah, I think you're done. Yeah.
Pog! Oh
I
god!
forgot we did that.
I forgot. Holy.
We should have choose the A1 version.
It's okay. We'll switch in between episodes. Oh shit.
The beast
I can't. I'm sorry, game. I'm not mentally prepared to fight this thing. It's just reading. What the hell? Oh, I love how when it finally got good, they just want to throw us. Oh. I just realized we keep our weapons. That's good. Alright, you sick son of a bitch. Let's go.
How much time you got in the share play?
That is a good question. We got 20 minutes. We can beat it. Oh, and we keep the same... Oh, wow. Look, we keep the same XP and everything. Isn't that great? Alright, there we go.
Anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
We're not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
Yeah, it dies today.
This sword is lighter. It's not the blade but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Wait, you know what? I was about to say, I don't think he said that first time around, but I don't know. What do I know?
You did.
He did? Okay, I thought so. Well, we're done. Oh shit, oh shit.
You did it again. You did. Oh.
Yeah, did what again? Beat his ass? That's what I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these skins on though. It feels weird.
I say you should change the A to type A for her.
I'm gonna switch it in between episodes. Oh my god, I just realized that means we have to do the forest fucking thing again, don't we? God damn it, can't have shit. Not a pog moment.
Yeah, we should have gone on type A.
It's okay, like I said, I'll switch their outfits every next episode. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no! I didn't. Come on!
Oh.
No! I thought that was the end. I quickly switched it up. I didn't. Oh, cussing. I stopped. We stopped watching the thing. Like, oh, okay, we must be done. Oh, I'm so wrong. Well, you're lucky.
Gently, weakly, softly, the shades. Oh man. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shame beyond imagining, Kane's tired tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see. Only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Holy shit. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle.
Shit.
This is...
Her arm is gone.
Didn't we read a story about this?
What, her arm game gone?
I feel like there was a story back in the Dreamforce thing that mentioned someone losing their arm. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Oh, damn. Ah, cried a sudden voice down from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, yeah? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought of the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you that way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectacle shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched it quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kane and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kane opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop it! No, don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futility at the air. Yes. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. What an image. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that he created as he danced his jig? It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha ha ha. Cha cha cha. What the fuck? I look like that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Connie laid her back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? What? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Connie wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me! Ha 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 ha! Connie finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ear. Blah ha ha ha. Oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her leg. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. Oh god, don't tell me that shade version of her is fully conscious. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began slowly moving upward toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is it my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward and feel the hot, searing pain it felt in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kenny tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? You're a body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice passed as if it's flicking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unbatted joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in their blood just like before. In response, clues. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the enroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Ha ha ha! Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed up into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kanye was struck by the most powerful sensation she ever felt in her life. It was viscosity? Huh. I'm learning a lot of new words today. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whisper moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. What can I say? I know how to please the ladies. The fuck is this? I like how in this entire thing, the only voice. What?
The word you just try to read, like the E word, that's you know, the other meaning is, you know, feeling pleasure, like really good pleasure.
Oh. Yeah. I don't like voicing this character anymore. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kane's side as she watched it grow longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it anyway. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop! The black ooze hesitated as it considered this request and quickly simmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her, and heard its mocking laughter. Jesus. Then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I had to kill it before I died. Kanye glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shade burned itself into her left arm. That's... Oh! So she has a stand, and it's a big brain one. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kanye stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letter seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kanye took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger burn with the fire of revenge, thirst for blood, then go out there and shut up, and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kanye grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to solve the shade's infected portion of her side. Besides, before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kanye screamed and dropped the shard at the sound of the bone crunching on... Oh my god, filled with the air. Jesus. Filled the air. Oh. Ah, stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kanye. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare agreement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kanye looked up in tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller, somehow darker. Is that because of that shade? Is that how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know the whole possession thing seemed a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? Well, we'll wrap them up and wrap them up in their own assholes. Okay, what a phrase. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kanye. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob?
Oh.
I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze fell on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Ka! Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran? Tyran? Huh. And if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Oh. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Wait, so is she like a ticking bomb now then at that point? Damn. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shit and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyran. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. What the fuck? Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this bite. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. Oh. So that means, what's it called? That time... Wait, but then how does... I don't have the time to think about this. So keep on...
She went berserk when she thought she was done everything.
Right, okay, right. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want to feel normal, though the creature inside her already won. I am not ashamed. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of the lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm so sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak, and this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flower to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world. Yo, we don't have time for a cutscene. We got 5 minutes.
Grandma.
Oh.
Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Never, Ethan. If you run out of time, you gotta go through all that again and then smash X.
Yep, and then do a random boss fight.
Gonna be honest, I'm okay with the skin now.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing that bugs me is they make him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That bugs me. Him.
Yeah.
You were the one calling me, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm sure if he was younger, it'd be better.
Yeah.
Of course.
He look like a guy who doesn't wear like a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Jesus Christ. I'm waiting for like
Yeah.
9S and 2V to talk, bro. This is weird.
Dude, he just looked like he was wearing a fancy suit.
How has it been?
5 years.
Jesus. That's not 9S. Okay.
Look, just look at him. He looks like he's wearing a suit and tie.
Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
Is this? I swear, I feel like okay.
Oh, it's great.
What, Ethan?
Thank you.
These conversations already happened, but I just apparently don't remember. The whole gang's back together.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one. We let it wash over us like rain.
Okay, right, I remember this thing.
That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Right, and then this conversation happened.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand.
We kill you too.
People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village. And now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Okay, it's cutting it close, man.
I just want to point out something. You know how,
What is the matter?
Emil and, Del, which one say blow herself up?
Popola.
Popola? Okay, yeah. Popola blow herself up with her dead sister's body. Emil got stuck into explosion and became a black hole, and the body is just straight up gone. But I just want to point out, these are the three characters that show up in Nier Automata.
I know, which is what's so confusing about their death.
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna switch their outfits every episode just to keep it interesting and fresh.
I didn't get much sleep that night.
Oh no! Can we get to a safe point?
For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola.
Damn. Oh my god. Okay.
Those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades.
Holy shit.
Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola?
Oh my.
In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Oh my god, please. There's 20 seconds left.
Wait, what's the time?
12 seconds.
We can clutch it. We can clutch it.
Oh
no.
my. That's it.
New.
This is new.
That's a new cutscene.
Yeah, alright. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil.
Motherfucker.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.